Snatched by Nico Gonzalez, who draws the first foul. And we hear the first whistle of Slavko Vincic.
Yeah, Nico Gonzalez coming in from full parade.
Hey Judgy, your phone is now charging. Enjoy the rest of your night or day.
All right, here we go.
Sandro Martinez here, Romero, formidable at the heart of the Argentine defense. Taliafico from left back. Julian Alvarez.
I want
Fernandez, what a wonder strike from him.
I want to stream the game to you all, but YouTube won't like that, so I can't do that.
The English might hang on.
Let's see.
Martinez, the outstanding goalkeeper of the last World Cup, a hero of the penalty shootout in Qatar, which will live forever in Argentine memories. Only to have another final like that goes right to the wire.
Interesting whether Argentina can compete with Spain for possession of the football. Spanish have averaged about 64% in this World Cup so far, but Argentina seeing a fair bit of the ball at the moment.
Martinez, Taliafico. The reach of Alexis McAllister. He got his crucial strike, of course, in the quarter-final against Switzerland. Argentina's approach to this final has been, by comparison with Spain's roller coaster. Really, none of their knockout games has been a straightforward exercise, far from it. Evolution on the halfway line. Biner has gone to ground under pressure from Montiel.
Yeah, Biner feeling that this is a yellow card. Took the chance there, the fullback.
So Montiel starting his first game of this competition since the opening day. The man, of course, who famously had the final kick of the last World Cup final. Dani Olmo, lovely feet from him. Ending towards Olmo, and now Yamal! And Emi Martinez will have to put behind to make the save.
Woo!
Well, as soon as Jamal gets the ball, there's three shirts going towards him, and that frees up a little bit of space just behind, which Jamal sprints into.
Yamal almost scored, bro.
Oh, Rodrigo de Paul has let it get away. Rodri. Yamal. Very important block by Sandro Martinez. Spain first to get their teeth into it, but Argentina can break, and Messi's on his way here. And Unai Simon had jumped his off his line.
This game gonna be crazy, yo.
To goal is starting way out of goal. Really something they've been talking about. It's happened a few times in this tournament. Unai Simon.
This game gonna be.
But he had to get the ball. If he'd have caught Messi, he was off the pitch. The keeper.
Make sure you click the link.
Quarter goes from centre half. Line up from wide. Luis. Rodri. Ronaldo. Who woke up this morning with the possibility of lifting the World Cup trophy, as only for Spain Andres Iniesta has before him. Porro.
They don't tend to press high as a team, Argentina. They'll wait till the ball comes into that midfield where they will be aggressive. They get half a chance.
Make sure you click the link. if you wanna watch the game.
How could Barsi, what a breakthrough tournament for him as well. One of two teenagers in the Spanish team. Entering with an energetic burst. Montiel got some of it. Correa took it back. Danny Olmo. Pedro Porro. Return for Porro, who couldn't keep his feet and who gets nothing from the referee.
Luckily, perhaps, scored that wonderful goal after 1-2 with Danny Olmo against France. Callister just catching him.
I see.
So clever, Olmo.
Was pass seen by DePaul. Costa has time to turn, but he's caught on it by Roger. He's had a very hungry start to the game. What a foul ball.
Welcome. Let me know if the link works for you guys.
Breakaway. A loose touch there. How far out the keeper starts, and he needed to as well. He's half a yard from getting a touch here. This is a Lamar moment. Sandro Martinez certainly relieved.
I think if Spain keep putting pressure on Argentina, they should beat them.
Kubasi, Rodri. Played by Fabio Ruiz, who is such a correct, such an immaculate footballer that moments like that are quite jarring.
Let me see. Could I do?
It's by the PSG team, which lost the Cup World Cup final on this ground last summer. Infantino, alongside the President of the United States, Donald Trump. His first game of the tournament is the last game of the tournament.
How y'all doing? Let me know if the link works. If it works, let me know. All right, I'll be back. Let me know in the chat.
By Martinez, taken down by Gonzalez, snatched away by Porro.
The game falling into a pattern, the kind that we thought might develop, with Spain having most of the ball, doing most of the pushing and probing, and Argentina looking for those counters. Having most of the ball, doing most of the pushing and probing, and Argentina looking for those counters.
Spain in the majority of the games have had 60% of the ball or more. The semi-final against France has had 60% of the ball or more. The semi-final against France, as Alan advised, was the first game really where they had to share it, more or less 50-50. Thoughts for Correa. Yeah. Porro, it's an interesting looking ball. Now looking to connect with it. We're always behind them by way of support. It's for Rodri. Fabian Ruiz beyond to Oyarzabal and flicked away and shaken nervously by Martinez for a Spanish corner.
Yeah, defending at times for Argentina has been nervous. It's encouragement there for Spain.
Martinez come over from left to right to deliver. With outswing, it's stolen off his toe, but he has it back. Lamal, Liner. Just one goal personally over the course of the competition to this date, which is no sort of reflection of his impact broadly to the Spanish team. As mentioned here, Kubasi here, the two teenagers in the 11. Until today, only 3 teenagers had played in the World Cup final ever before. Bergamy for Italy in 1982, sandwiched by the greats of yesteryear, Pelé back in 58, and the greats of the current generation, Kylian Mbappe in 2018.
It has developed into more of a young man's game. You see more teenagers throughout the domestic leagues getting into those first teams, making an impression, having a reputation. Certainly Lamal's done that.
Towards Oyarzabal. He was insistent on winning it. Laporta's there again. Correa has a moment. Porro. Let it bounce away. Rodri has it back. Porro caught on it. And then Olmo caught by McAllister.
It was a little bit of a wild one, this one, Alexis McAllister. Coming in with some force from a distance. Those studs are fairly low, but it's not the best of challenges, is it? Not the best at all.
He's keeping his card to himself for now. Dani Olmo perhaps politely querying that decision. De La Fuente, for a relatively calm man, quite animated. Still amongst the many superstars from stage and screen. Pharrell Williams also amongst the VIPs today.
Are you guys able to watch the game via the link? Let me know. The link should work.
We're caught to an hour in, Alan, and Lionel Messi has touched the ball once, and that was kickoff.
It was a good one, though. Probably ominous signs for Spain, that.
Tagliafico. He can touch it again now. But he does, he gets tipped over. And
Yo,
it's not a disrespectful observation.
what's your prediction on this game?
Because as Alan rightly indicates, when he's hiding and uninvolved, sometimes that's when he's at his most dangerous.
It's a great challenge from Bayern with that, leading with the...
What do you guys think will happen?
Rodrigo Paul has the free kick. Martinez is advanced. Romero is advanced also from centre half. Paul flicks it in. Just going to too much on it for Gonzalez to reel it in.
Whether he would have been offside anyway, the Spain defenders thought so.
Porro, something for Yamal to pursue after a beautiful first touch. It's gorgeous, he's worrying Tagliafico down the mile and wrapped up by Eri Martinez.
And Argentina have avoided this kind of 1v1. They've got support to Tagliafico, but he's on his own here, the left back, and it's never going to be easy.
Area for Alvarez. Knocked out by Sima. Who's been outstanding, of course. Spain have yielded relatively few shots over the course of the tournament, but that is not to say that he hasn't had key moments, made some really important saves, and still beaten just once by Charles de Ketelaere of Belgium. Well, Porro's in trouble here, and did very well to dig himself out of it. Well pointing in. Tagliafico getting involved as well.
Yeah, fourth official rushing onto the pitch, making sure there's no coming together here.
Laporte. Luis. Cucurella. Laporte. Line up. Squeeze off the field of play by Christian Romero.
It won't take much for this contest to ignite, you feel. There's a little edge to it already.
The score.
There's a potential tinderbox of a game. You only need a spark. Fernandez is feeding it.
There's nothing watching that at all.
Matt Tobin, another amongst the cast of stars who had to have a front row ticket for the World Cup final in New York, New Jersey. What a sight that is, and how much responsibility Lionel Scaloni must feel for that vast Argentine choir. Well, of course, that he hasn't already delivered in spades for them. For holding off Alvarez. That's good win by McAllister, hit back by Lamal. Exchanging with Olmo. Sandro Martinez stepped in, Messi got a piece of it, Rodrigo de Paul.
Yeah, I think Argentina might feel they've got to be a bit more aggressive to nick the ball off Spain, because they're having to do a lot of chasing.
It's bounced back into play towards Oyarzabal. The referee saw a flag. Scored by Fernandez. Back to Messi, who has a little bit of space and the ball for the first time. Actually creative with it. Just couldn't gather it, and in fact was offside.
So you want to get that unit up the pitch, Argentina, playing more football like that in Spain's half.
Kept from it by Lisandro Martinez. There's Fernandez. Here's the ball. By Rodri. There's no foul against Farbo, which became academic. Roger Ruiz. Pereira's made a run. Miners look to find him. Pereira has won a corner.
Yeah, he was just on the edge of offside, but flag didn't go up. Well timed run. Does it so well. That's just Pedro Porro on the other side. They've been a real threat, those two fullbacks for Spain.
Again, Miner here will be the taker, this time with right-footed in-swing. In by Miner. That's a problem for Andy Martinez. Sandro Martinez, Tagliafico. Trying to snatch it back, Messi coming away with it. Rodri catching him up. The referee bringing it all back.
That's classic Messi, middle of the park. First touch, taking it away from his man. It's always going to be difficult getting goal side again unless you foul. You'll certainly be hoping to see a little bit more of that football.
As we reach the first hydration break, first quarter of the game, it's been a cagey affair and it remains Spain 0, Argentina 0. Of course, Alan, in international football, certainly by the time you reach the final of a World Cup, there really are no secrets, but it is as if there is a bit of shadow boxing going on here. It is as if they are exploring each other a little, waiting for a chink of light, a little opportunity when and if it presents itself.
Yeah, I mean, Spain is such a difficult side to play against. Argentina would have expected that, but you don't want them having as much of the ball as they have had in the attacking third.
There's no shots in the game so far. There's Fuente is a man of such wisdom and reason that that won't overly concern him. In charge of his 50th game today as the Spanish coach. Looking to succeed Luis Enrique, and he's simply done nothing wrong.
No, he's managed quite a few of these boys, hasn't he, through the age group, so they know him, he knows them, a lot of respect there.
And Spain have won 5 of their 6 major tournament finals. So every World Cup final in 2010, the European finals of 64, 08, 12 and 24. Argentina, of course, are the holders. And they have tended to do things late, certainly a blank canvas at this stage. Since then, 8 of Argentina's 19 goals here have been scored inside the last quarter of an hour of games.
Yeah, Argentina certainly got the ability to burst into life, as well as Messi. They got a few potential match winners. Alvarez, of course. Lautaro and Martinez, who got the winner in the semi-final against England with that header.
Mick Jagger seems to have been everywhere. Of course, there's little doubt that he would love to have seen England here. I wasn't to be.
Paul Bale not playing today.
It's just a galaxy, isn't it? Robbie Williams, the uninitiated, a supporter of a small club in the English potteries called Port Vale, which he loves as much as life itself. Lisandro Martinez aimed at Alvarez, good lead from Kubasi, one back by McAllister, who is penalised for handball. Much doubt about that. This is McAllister. Oh, that's the back pass from Kubasi. Nice Simon was more than be calm. Triple round gets the throw in his.
Those two Spain centre-halves can be awkward at times because Messi drops off. Martinez will drift over to the left, and sometimes they won't have anybody to mark. And calls on your concentration in those circumstances. There's a bit of a lack of concentration perhaps there from the teenager.
Porro, Lamar. That's what we came to see, a little bit of trickery from him. He's outwitted Tagliafico here. Rodri. Rossi. Ruiz. Porro. Well, we kept chasing it down. De Paul. Oh, Cucurella is stolen. Then had it stolen back by Enzo Fernandez. He went long and direct. Big knockout goals from him against Egypt and England on behalf of Scaloni. For whom right now, Argentina, in a sequence of 14 straight wins.
Whoa, what is that? Joe Porro.
Cucurella tied it up, and Cucurella can march forward. Line up. Rodri, Ruiz. Lamar. Gonzalez helping out his fullback. Lamar rolling it in towards Olmo. Nice thought. In all of the 27 games he has started for Spain, he has won every tournament game he has started for Spain. And Gonzalez, from Alvarez again by Kubasi.
And quite often Gonzalez is getting up the pitch, they're using him as a target.
Porro. There's a tight spot here. Paul has helped him out of it to some extent. Well, only found Cucurella. Now Rodri. Ruiz. Baina. Romero was where he needed to be.
Yeah, having beaten his man. Disappointing cross that from Baina.
With Flabal. That's how they think. Quickly forward by Martinez. Alvarez. Fernandez. McAllister. Sandro Martinez again. Fico. McAllister was rolled over.
It seems like they're giving a lot of calls to Argentina. That's what it seems like.
Your shirt's off, Rodri.
So amid an ear-splitting din, Argentina have another offensive set piece for which Romero has strutted forward. De Paul and Messi either side of the dead ball.
So some of you think Argentina are gonna win? Okay. Okay.
Drag and run away from him by Ruiz, and have enjoyed that. Moro retreating Alvarez. Moro. Rodri.
Okay.
Walks. Cucurella. Switched away by Romero, and as perhaps a few had anticipated, the flag is up anyway. The expensive mark Cucurella.
Even so, they sit off Argentina. They don't go out the way to get quickly to the ball. That was very close indeed. It looked on, but the technology maybe told us otherwise. But yeah, it's a dangerous game to play in Argentina.
Gonzalez. Actually had to be strong. One against two. He's got the position.
Back to his best. Rodri, we wonder what that bad injury would do to him, but he's clawed his way back to the heights of where he was before.
Moro, that's an adventurous ball. Tough by Romero. It's Tagliafico. Hernandez nearly lost it. He did lose it to Daniel though. Cucurella, that's a smart touch as well. That's So sharp retrieval, a very necessary one from Rodrigo de Paul.
Depend on this defensive shape and backing each other up. Argentina, good tackle.
Kubasi, Porro, Lamal. Rodri, taken on the turn by Biner, laid back by Oyarzábal. Sifted on by Olmo, delivered by Cucurella. Switched away by Romero, Cucurella again. It's Dani Olmo, out by Martinez. Spain screen handball, Porro in particular. Out by Martinez, Alvarez is the chaser.
Once again, Rodri getting back. He was involved in the attack, but made up a lot of ground to get back. Appeals for handball here. And the arms tucked in from Alvarez.
Handball for Correa. Spain trying to turn it up a gear, approaching half time. Alex Biner. Threaded through.
Finally past to Spain at the moment, got into good positions. Haven't been able to pick out that killer ball so far.
Porro. Kubasi. Rodri. Bosa nicked on to Oyarzábal. The strike was close enough to be convenient for Martinez.
He's been on the edge of things, Oyarzábal. But the chance there to let fly. He was never going to pass it up. He's trying to turn the screw last few minutes, Spain. Stepping it up, trying to move the ball quicker.
Stopped by Gonzalez, hoofed away by Kubasi. Five goals in the tournament to this point. No Spaniard has ever scored more than 5 in the World Cup finals. Trigueiro and Villa, in their respective times, have matched that total. Aimed up at Biner. Really well read by Montiel. Fernandez to Paul. Messi has been hiding out wide. Romero, McAllister to Paul, Messi, Alvarez to Paul. In goes Martinez, out comes Oyarzábal. Martinez left in a foot, and the card is out for the first time.
Oyarzábal did a brilliant job of keeping hold of that ball under pressure. Really did. Strong play after. Really nice first touch.
Martinez booked to both the semi-final and the final. Not that that in itself is of any particular relevance. Except that now he needs to be wary for what remains. Luis. Took the way up. Laporte. Correa. Rodri. To pass it, that's a decent ball. Oyarzábal, that's nice too. Porro has lifted it in.
Yeah, another example of that final pass not being quite on the money. Some nice football played in the lead up to it. He's getting forward an awful lot in this tournament. Pedro Porro really enjoyed himself.
Martinez. McAllister has given it to Lamal, and you don't want to do that. Ruiz. Lamal. Rodri. Correa. Kubasi. Ruiz. Correa! Slapped it right across the face.
He was asking a lot. Sometimes though you drag it so much that him coming forward can get the foot on it, but he's been very busy in this first half. Correa, a lot has come down his side. It's been a threat.
He was a winner on this round this time last year in the Club World Cup final with Chelsea. And in the aftermath of his strike, there is evidently a problem here for Argentina at centre half. Lisandro Martinez is indicating he has to come off here. That, for a player who has played from the start in every game bar the dead rubber third game of the group stage, that is a really unfortunate turn of events for Lionel Scaloni. And the veteran Nicolas Otamendi is going to replace him.
Not ideal for Scaloni. We saw France suffer, didn't we, with William Saliba going off. He's got a little understanding with Romero and Martinez. Otamendi, though, got loads of experience.
It's a terribly sad moment for him personally. Nicolas Otamendi was one of those who played every minute of the last World Cup for Argentina. He certainly knows his way around a game like this. 38 years old now. He's straight into it. Kubasi away. Oyarzábal. Lamal had no way through. Gonzalez pushed the ground. It's Wembanyama. It's the San Antonio Spurs, who have beaten, of course, way back at the start of the World Cup by the New York Knicks for the NBA title. We head into 4 added minutes. And Alvarez is on his way here, and again, Unai Simon just read it immaculately.
It's a great effort from Martinez in the Argentina goal to pick out his man. Alvarez, though, needed to take a touch on the volley, really, to slow that ball down.
Let's feed from Gonzalez. Face to face with Olmo. Tackled on his way back by Porro.
A slightly different role for Gonzalez to the one we were expecting. Pushing high on that left-hand side.
Correa looking to connect as he has so often over the course of the competition with Biner. Laporte was dancing with trouble. That was poor. Lisandro Martinez, whose World Cup final has come to a premature end. That becomes a problem for Manchester United in the weeks upcoming. Otamendi becomes the second oldest outfield player in a World Cup final, behind only his captain today. Olmo, Porro, Modric, Ruiz, Correa, Miner, Oyarzabal. It's Messi's tackle.
Trying to get involved, get a touch of the ball, Messi. With an easy half turn.
Took a count from Oyarzabal there. Apart from everything else, he must have the blackest and bluest shins in world football, Lionel Messi.
Been a bit disjointed, hasn't it, from Argentina when they've had a bit of time on the ball. Been able to find any attacking rhythm at all.
Porro, Lamal, Porro, half time, and it is blank in the blistering sunshine of New Jersey. 2026 World Cup final still to have its takeoff moment. Messi largely deprived of the ball. Yamal has glittered on occasion. Neither goalkeeper overly exercised by what we have seen so far. Very tactical, very mutually wary, as well it might be, between two coaches, mutually respectful of each other's sides. And we reach the break.
Well, it's halftime. No score yet. Let me share the screen so you can see the actual score. No changes. Let me refresh. Halftime. I wish I could share the game with you on screen, but YouTube won't like that. So, but I can't tell who's gonna win this game, honestly. Except if Spain keep playing the high possession they did against France, Argentina might be in problem, like in trouble, have some problem. So, and this is the final. You don't want to try to come back again because they've been coming back each time they are trailing. So this is the final. You can't take that risk. Some of you think Spain. 50% of you agree Spain will win. All right. I'll let it play in the background. But thanks for joining.
Spain 0, Argentina 0. points they won off at half-time. Alan Smith, what's your summary?
More food for thought for Argentina, certainly, but they've shown a great ability in this World Cup to turn things around, to change the
Start from inside the Spanish camp. It must be a degree of satisfaction, the extent to which they've kept the ball.
Un primer tiempo donde no se vieron muchas emociones. ¿Cómo lo viste vos el primer tiempo, Roberto?
Bueno, bastante parejo. También el calor hace que el ritmo por ahí se baje un poco. Pero bueno, nosotros intentaremos buscar la manera de encontrar esos espacios y intentar meter un poco más atrás a España. No lo hemos logrado por mucho tiempo, es lo que buscaremos en el segundo.
¿Te preocupa más seguir controlando los ataques de España o mejorar el ataque de Argentina?
No, siempre yo creo que hay una mitad y mitad. Tenés que estar muy atento en controlar a esos futbolistas, a su ataque, pero a su vez también pensando en cómo le podemos hacer daño.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm watching it on my phone. I could watch it on the computer, but I prefer watching it on my phone. If I have to take my phone with me, I can do that.
No. I mean, Spain had the ball in better areas. Should certainly more control of the game. Looks the more threatening of the two.
Certainly they are lapping it up, these Spanish supporters. Not won the World Cup since 2016, their only triumph in Johannesburg. Back in 2010, 16 years ago, I should say. Argentina hold it for now. Head to head between the two stellar players, at least in a glance, and Lionel Messi right now has been in the shadows. We've seen a little more of Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, we have a little more. Dangerous at times, but there's got to be a lot more to come from Messi. He'll be thinking that, his manager will, his teammates will.
He is capable of making mincemeat of those statistics in the second half. It's the sort of thing he frequently does. And truth be told, the final third hasn't often been penetrated by either side. So again, everything there indicates that Spain are shading it.
Yeah, Cucurella's been heavily involved down that left-hand side. Yamal's had his moments.
Well, the greatest of all time is still waiting to paint the pretty pictures to which we have become so familiar over the last couple of decades. His first Argentine manager, Jose Peckerman, is here today, the man who gave him his first cap back in 2005. But now, the excitement, at least in the immediate term, whichever colours you are wearing, is for the first ever FIFA World Cup final halftime show. Boy, have we got a treat for you here. Just about everybody you have ever heard of is about to be crammed into the next 10 minutes or so. It is what FIFA are calling a joyful celebration of the beautiful game and its unifying power. Sit back and wrap it up.
Anyway, I paused the halftime show because I don't want this to get taken down. Well, in the meantime, talk to me, guys. How's it going? How's it going? Y'all excited for this final? Are you excited? Oh, wait a minute. So 33% of you think Argentina will win. Okay, 33%. Let me see. 33% of you. Hold on. Ooh, 50% of you think Spain will win. Okay. Right now it's halftime show, so awesome. Yeah, it's halftime right now, so there's nothing much to do but to wait. So 50% of you think it's Spain who's gonna be the winner. Let me end this other poll. And okay. All right. I really don't know who's gonna win. Dang, 25% of you think it's gonna be Argentina, 50% of you think it's gonna be Spain. 25% think it's gonna be I don't know who's gonna win. Okay. Come on, add some responses in the chat too. Let me know things are working good, like the link is working. It does not hurt to respond. Let me know. This is working. You able to watch the game? The link is working. Let me know. Hold on. Let me see if the halftime show music is done. Hold on. What channel should I try? Let's try Fubo. Okay, 40% of you think Argentina will win. 40% think Spain is gonna win. It's tied. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. Spain at 50%, Argentina at 33%. Fubo. Hold on, I'm switching channel. I think that was BTS performing. Or whatever they have going on. Anyways, I'm gonna play some game while I wait. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you share the stream. Share. That's all I ask. Share it. If people want to watch, they can join. Damn, we got crushed. We got crushed bad. I'm playing Bullet Echo. And it's an interesting game, honestly. While this halftime show is over. We crushed them all. Anything on your mind you want to talk? Put it in the chat. Hope you all are having a good day wherever you may be. All right, let me check now if it's over. Is halftime over? Nope. It's not over yet. Okay. Now we have Shakira. Oh, man. Let me see. I wish I could pause the stream. So 43 of you think Argentina will win. Now it's tied. 43 versus 43. No draw, no PK shootout. Okay. Interesting. The secure gateway has terminated the VPN connection. Oh, man. I gotta resume this. Okay. Halftime show still going. Oh my goodness. Please be done, man. Premium access. They doing anything to get some money. What is this mode exactly? Okay, I think we're about to resume now.
Tapi ini kan enggak ya, bola sangat bergantung pada bagaimana Arjen itu Messi. Sementara Messi bergantian dijaga, bahkan dari lini tengah dari Rodri, pemain-pemain Spanyol sudah melakukan filter ya terhadap serangan Argentina.
Ya, sedangkan bagi Spanyol, saya lihat bahwa mereka memang menyerang, tapi untuk mendekati atau membuat sebuah peluang cukup sulit bagi mereka di babak pertama.
Iya, kurang berfungsinya dengan baik dari Olmo dan Legbaina ya. Ini membuat lini depan dari Spanyol kurang menggigit dan bahkan Oyarzabal pun juga sulit untuk masuk ke dalam posisi gelandang untuk memberikan space bagi Olmo karena dua space ini sudah dimarking bahkan 5-8 pemain Argentina ada di depan box mereka.
Ya, kita akan lihat apakah memang ada perubahan langsung dilakukan di babak kedua. Ini juga menarik karena 30 menit istirahat ini membuat situasi sangat berbeda dengan biasanya saya.
Ya, hitungan 15 menit itu adalah waktu normal bagi tubuh jika tidak ada pergerakan masih bisa langsung bermain. Tetapi jika 30 menit kita lihat bagaimana reaksi pemain di lorong.
We need something in English.
I never miss. We invited passionate soccer fans.
Hold on there. I got killed. Okay. Halftime. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right, I'll be back, guys. I'll be right back because I'm still waiting for this to resume. Hold on. Need something to drink.
The first in which he did not register a single attempt in the first half. The second half is underway in the FIFA World Cup final. Argentina trying to become the first back-to-back men's champions since Brazil in 1962. Spain, the reigning champions of Europe, trying to win the World Cup for a second time in their history. No changes for Spain at the break. Lamine Yamal trying to pick the pocket from Romero. Okay, so I'm going to touch to it, slide across her to break it up. Argentina scrambling at the back there. What are you looking for in your second half?
That change for Argentina tells you everything you need to know about. Oh, it's almost
another. It is going to be a turnover. It's Baena who picks it up. It's Alex Baena. Ryan Martinez, his third save.
Well, Paredes straight into the game, and his first touch of the ball is a turnover, and he's in there to give them a little bit more in the middle of the field on the ball, some possession, and also some help defensively. Goes straight to Baena, comes in on the right foot, doesn't get a hold of it, a comfortable save for Remy Martinez. But we're going to see, really, the second half, how do Argentina respond after that first set? Spain are going to do what they do. Can they stop them a little bit? Can they get some pressure like that? But then can they keep the ball and be dangerous in this part of the field? Alexis McAllister now has gone out to that left-hand side.
Rodrigo de Paul out on the right. Does Messi's influence in this game grow? One of the interesting questions, that halftime was a little more than 10 minutes longer than a normal halftime is because of that wonderful musical performance. So who does that benefit? One team, both teams, that they've had a lot more time in the locker room than they normally would have. For Montiel chase and a foot race with Laporte. Laporte dove in there. They actually had a touch on that one eventually did. Argentina's going to have their first goal of the game.
This might get changed. I actually think this ended up coming off the toe of Montiel. Great tackle from Laporte. But I think, it does look like it comes off his toe. But we'll see. I'm going to review this one.
Austin Dunkert of Germany is the video assistant referee based at the VAR hub in Dallas, which is where the International Broadcast Center is. So it'll be up to him to look at the video and reverse the call.
And as of now, have not. Maybe it was too close, and they just said, okay, it's a corner for Argentina.
Best goal scoring team for dead balls at this World Cup, Argentina. That's the end of the near post, trying to flip from McAllister. And laps out off Alexis McAllister for a goal kick, and now Argentina's bench up yelling.
But that was a good sequence for Argentina. You did initially feel the difference in having Paredes on the field, being an option, coming underneath. Now you're going to see Alexis McAllister coming inside, trying to help with that overload, which means Tagliafico has to get wide for them and high. But now they're stepping up their press, being a little bit more aggressive, but it looks like certainly Paredes is going to try to stay with Dani Olmo. Looks like Argentina ready a couple more subs potentially.
And that would be interesting to make a sub so soon in the second half like that.
Yeah, especially as you've had all that time in halftime to talk it over. You made one change. But I think already you're seeing the early effects and desired effects of the tactical tweaks that Scaloni made. He's a very, very good coach. I think still, as much success as he has had, he flies under the radar. People just say, well, you've got Messi, you've got a group of really good players, but he has a really good feel for what the game needs. And he knew straight away, he's not afraid to make changes. Maybe one change already at halftime, giving them a little bit more connection on the ball, which was something they were missing in the first half.
We talked about this. Lionel Scaloni was highly criticized when he was given the job in the fall of 2018. He had no prior top-level experience. He'd been an assistant coach. It was seen by some Argentina as kind of an insult that a guy with his lack of experience, not a star player, would be given the job. But he's done nothing but win. He's trying to win a fourth consecutive major tournament final. Julian Alvarez plays it wide to Tagliafico. Facundo Medina is the player who had been starting it right back in this tournament. Preparing to come on. There might be a second actually hiding underneath the roof of the bench down below us. Ciel takes a hard kick and a big shot as he goes down.
That's not a foul.
We committed that foul. Scan the QR code on the screen. Vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match. You got time to make that vote. The decisive player in this game has yet to make himself known. Keeping in mind that the final that we remember in Qatar was when Argentina and France didn't actually really start up to the last 20 minutes. Up until that point, it was a pretty slow burner. It's Rodri who's down in pain right now. And so because they're trying to stand over him, the Argentina players right now.
Oh, there we go. And that's not the best place to do it. He's going to pick up a straight yellow card here for a push. Sending the court down to the ground. Dani Olmo.
The only yellow show in the first half was to Lisandro Martinez, who's been subbed off.
So Rodri's right in the middle of your screen. It just gets a bump in the back from Paredes. Just off to the left right there. He's turning it. That's pretty cynical. But it wasn't seen by the referee initially.
So Paredes, who's just subbed on the field, gets a yellow card about 6 minutes in.
It does tell you something, though, doesn't it? That perhaps he got a little bit from his coach Scaloni. Look, I want you in this game, and I want that type of physicality. I want you to mix it up. I want you to disrupt this Spanish team. But also now he's on a yellow, which makes it a little bit more difficult to be as aggressive as you would like in trying to be that type of player.
Corner kick away from company. They want to find Martinez, so he plays it right to Rodri, pops it forward, Danny Olmo, Romero comes across to poke it away. Once as McAllister has to find an option. Taliafico will be an Argentina throw. And it does not look like that substitution is in him anymore. They've sent both Facundo Medina and Nahuel Molina back to the substitute area where they're warming up down the corner.
It might have been one of those situations where he was thinking about, okay, I want to see how this starts. And if I need to make a change, I do. I think he'll be pretty happy with the response he's gotten from his team, at least now. Spain haven't found that rhythm. There's Paredes and there's the shove on Danny Olmo. Slavkovic about 6 inches away from him. So you're not going to get away with that. And he actually, I think, initially got away with that shove in the back of Rodri.
Just got the 2 hands in the back from Alex down. Real quick here, Spain were still arguing the point. That was good work by the medium ball. They're tracking back defensively and knocked that away. Lamine Yamal and Lionel Messi get their opportunities to be decisive in this game. Almost unbelievable photo that they took years ago. And Yamal was an infant. Here's Arizabal now. On Quintana's side, Mike just calls up number. Now he rolls it in for Fabian Ruiz. There's knocked away there. Spain right back on the ball.
Oh, it was a great build-up from Spain. The fastest tempo we've seen them play in a while. But Lamine Yamal was wide open, didn't get the pass from Oyarzabal.
Laura brings it down, has Yamal in support. Here's Lamine Yamal now. Got the pass away, goes down. It was Taliafico coming a bit late. There's no whistle. Enzo Fernandez trying to find the outlet to ball. That was a hard one to handle. Messi tracking back to clean it up. And then Laporte goes down holding his face as Julian Alvarez challenged him in the air.
I think what you're seeing is the intensity and also the tension really ramping up in this game. This was the Spanish build-up. Fabian Ruiz, one touch. Then Oyarzabal's driving with, look at the top of the speed, just out of your picture. Then Lamine Yamal, if Oyarzabal could have played in front, he was screaming for the ball. He said he went for the nutmeg, but then didn't continue his run on the ball, and it was cleared away by Otamendi at the end of that play. But beautiful play from Spain.
And that sequence there, as you look at the replay, it's getting threaded through first. Danny Olmo from the byline, cutting it back. Took it away, just being turned by Montiel. It's out for a Spain card. Argentina quickly with players. They're going to make a sub here in a moment.
Yeah, well, here they're not getting pressure on the ball. And Danny Olmo again just running off the shoulder. He found that gap because you saw Taliafico went close to Lamine Yamal. Great cutback. Such a great ball because everybody's defending that cross in front of the goal. But it was a last-ditch tackle here from Montiel, just beating Cucurella. Starting to get a game now. Now you're starting to really feel it.
Corners taken. You see Romero talking to the referee, Slavkovic. Played it short. Yamal, Poro, and that's too deep to the back post. So on comes the man who was starting right back at this tournament, Manuel Molina. Swept that line today for Gonzalo Montiel, and they will swap back here early in the second half. Third substitution for Argentina. They have 2 more subs they can make, building one window, one opportunity in which to make them because of the first half injury substitution. So that hamstrings Lionel Scaloni a little bit. And Spain have activity on their bench now as well.
And Molina more of an attacking right back. Still can defend, but I think with what Scaloni's feeling, if they can have a little bit more of the ball, what can make them dangerous is now starting to force the Spanish wingers to get back and defend. And if they don't, it gives Argentina more opportunity in the attacking third. You also want to keep fresh legs in those positions because you have very dynamic Spanish wingers that will attack you and keep attacking and draining you. So Molina's got a tough task on this left side because he's dealing with a lot of Cucurella and Baena.
Ferran Torres is prepared to enter for Spain. Defending on the outside by Tagliafico. Now Tagliafico's trying to run forward. Enzo Fernandez just got caught underneath his feet, and Yamal took it back for Spain. Hendry is preparing to enter as well. A pair of Barcelona players in the wings for Spain. Dani Olmo, himself a Barcelona player. Speaking of which, Lamine Yamal. And the greatest Barcelona player of all time is wearing white and blue in this game, Lionel Messi. Moro trying to maybe get some space on the outside for Yamal. He ends up getting fouled. A free kick now in an interesting position for Spain.
Yeah, interesting for sure. This is definitely a distance for a direct strike at goal. Andrew Porro takes a little kick, very clear, from Paredes, who's on a yellow card, on the back of his leg, right there, right leg. So it'll be interesting who ends up taking this one. They've got a number of options, but this does favor this angle a left-footed player because if it was a right-footed player trying to hit that near post, you really have to get it around the wall. Much more bent. The left-footed player here, if it is Lamine Yamal, he's holding the ball. Could this be his shining moment?
Having a hard time figuring out the little spray can there to set them on for the free kick. There you go. As we said, these referees, they've got so much to deal with. They've got all the communications equipment. Running around with the spray, it's a lot.
And you'll keep a right-footed player here potentially to just have a little bit of deception maybe. You might try and bend one towards the back post and keep this Argentine defense honest. As well as Emi Martinez guessing. If he cheats a little bit, that's why you keep somebody over there potentially.
Rizal walks away, buying another right-footed option. The 19-year-old Lamine Yamal, the other, and it will indeed be Lamine Yamal, blocked by the wall, falls kindly for Baena. Baena blocked on the slide. Enzo Fernandez, dangerous clearance there. Julian Alvarez who made the initial play, and last down for an Argentina throw.
I said this in the England game about Argentina, as we're going to get the subs now, but also their fans. They really lean into the fan support and the emotion, and little moments like that, tackles, is it going to be Luis Salva coming off and Fabian Ruiz?
So Mikel Oyarzabal have the record of having scored in every final in which he's played for club and country. Fabian Ruiz, who has not lost any of the 49 games he's ever played for Spain. Those two are off. Ferran Torres, who's not scored at this tournament, he's hit the ball twice, and he had the game-winning assist against Portugal. He is on, as is Pedri of Barcelona. The only player on the Spanish team who actually played a season with Messi at Barcelona 6 years ago.
We need a goal. Who's gonna score?
Fuente making his first two changes to try to get the balance back in his team's favor, and another free kick.
I think that's a good word, the balance, because you're taking off a specialist goal scorer, a guy who's always there for the moments, and that's why it's a little bit surprising in a game like this that you're taking off a difference maker. I think what it's telling you is he wants energy in the front to keep pressing Argentina, not liking them have the ball.
It's taken quick for Yamal. Two for company, and Tagliafico was in there. It's not a foul. It's a goal kick. All right, we knew this was coming. The temperature's going up. We got 30 minutes left in the World Cup final.
This is what Argentina want, though. This is the type of game they want. where they're being physical, they're getting stuck in, they're laying the body on the line for tackles, they're having little moments of possession, and that's for them when they can start to get up the field.
He's like,
so now I'm looking at this thing, okay, what's Spain's response going to be with the ball?
Let's see McAllister to get a touch there from the defender. That's going to slide through. We see Argentina still yet to register a shot, let alone a shot that has either found the back of the net or required a save. We've played more than an hour here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, in front of 80,000 fans. Alex Baena. Well, Melina knew it was coming there. Couldn't take it off the ball, though. And those two tangle. And the Spanish bench and the Spanish fans are furious, but Pedro is playing on. Danny Olmo, another potential foul. Martinez spills it. It's going to be out for a corner. It's Lofton Lynch, the referee, has his hands fully in again.
He does. He's got to start thinking about some of the cards or more whistles to get control of some of the physical play. This one takes a hop right before Martinez. He gets his body behind it, but he's not able to gather it in or stop the ball, and goes behind for another corner.
We've been more than a few awkward hops on this field, and that one was very tricky for Emiliano Martinez. Can Spain take advantage of a corner that on another day they might not have had if Martinez could just feel that cleanly? It's looking in here, it's McAllister awkwardly to clear back in the middle of the field. More resets for you all. We'll look that one in. It took an offensive touch there, out for another corner.
Paredes is in a good spot to deal with this one. Great looking ball, just bending towards the goal in a nice height. Looking for a red shirt. And they're again going to put this into the box. This is not what Spain do often. They normally play it short.
And into the mixer, batted down by Martinez. A scramble of bodies. Mr. Romero was unsure who that last came off, and so he'll play safe and get it clear. It was really awkward looking for Emiliano Martinez dealing with that, in part because, as you can see there, that ball is coming out of the creeping shadow on the near sideline, and his eyes were right in the sun. And Argentina looks set to empty their bench and use their final two subs here in a moment. Bring down that bouncing ball. And it comes down to Cucurella. He had the game-winning assist in the European Championship final 2 years ago. It's Baena now from the corner, lifts it in. Martinez battling with some to play safe. And then it's headed in behind. There was no pressure there. It's another Spain corner.
I know these are difficult moments, though, as defenders, because you have to be sure. You can't take a chance if someone's going to sneak in off your weak side. I mean, Martinez is trying to say, look, chest it back to me, but you also have a play right there for Spain.
It is Facundo Medina, and it is Judner Simeone, who was the surprise starter in the semifinal, preparing to enter for Argentina. It's Lamine Yamal to take corner kick number 6 for Spain, away by McAllister. Reset for Lamine Yamal. But Clayton split the double team, but it's back to that ball. Trying to Martinez off the head of Ferran Torres.
Woo! Yamal does so well. He skips through 2 defenders here. Takes a little bounce in his favor, but does so well with the right foot just to keep it in. And a player down off the ball right now for Argentina. And this is, just see bodies crashing. Kouassi goes down. There's nothing there.
Okay.
And with a man down and under some real pressure, Argentina, they reach the second half hydration break. Powered by Powerade. Going into the final portion of the FIFA World Cup final. Temperatures going up.
With my new phone company, Menace Mobile. Our pricing structure will be so confusing, it could only be described as evil.
That isn't.
All right, we on break. Oh man, we need to go. But the way Spain is playing, I'm nervous for Argentina, really. Cause they're struggling to apply that same pressure to the Spain goalie. How are they promoting alcohol when they also don't want you to be drunk playing? That makes no sense. It's money. Whoa, this whoa, man. Mm, mm, mm.
We'll wait to confirm the substitutions coming here. And what's interesting is that if it is indeed Simeone and Medina, that means Lautaro Martinez, one of the top scorers in Argentina's history, who scored the winner of the semifinal, would not be eligible to enter the game unless we get to extra time and Argentina get a sixth substitution, because this is them for making changes. You see how stark it is. They're getting outshot, they're getting outpossessed, and yet we're still scoreless with 20 plus minutes to go. What, first of all, on the Suns, but in general, what are the conversations like on the two benches there?
And also, let's remind you, 12 of Argentina's 19 goals have come after the 75th minute. This is a team that scores late, that grows in confidence the longer the game goes on. And I think that's part of it. Even though you're feeling that momentum shift just a little, Spain looked the more dangerous attacking team. They've had the better chances. But this is an Argentine team. The longer the game goes tied, they start to think they can do it. And they only need one chance. We still haven't seen really Messi in the attacking part of the field. And that is what they'll be hoping to achieve with some of these changes that they've made. But even Spain will be feeling that. Like, look, we've got to try to find a goal line on top. If we don't, we know that Argentina can find that one goal.
There was indeed Romero as well as Rodrigo de Paul, who came off. They get on the ball there. It's not done well by Alvarez. Tagliafico knocks it forward. They can't do anything with it. Luis Fuente looking on. He's a late winner for Spain in the European Championship final 2 years ago. For that matter, was an extra time winner for Argentina in the Copa America final, which on late goals Argentina have scored. Spain as well. And won 2 of these games here with very late goals from substitutes. So both these teams are in fact quite comfortable if it gets late and nothing's been settled. Martinez, this is his 15th career World Cup start. He's made more saves today than he ever has. Had to make 5 in total in this match. Simeone's first touch since coming on. So Diego Simeone, 3-time World Cup player for Argentina. Manager, quite a few of the players in this game at Atletico Madrid. That was off the side of Rodri's head. He couldn't find it. And now McAllister trying to open up to the far side. That's Nicholas Tagliafico running forward. All able to meet him and slow him up. Back to McAllister. It was the last time we saw Argentina with the ball in the attacking half like this.
Just chipping away, chipping away. But can they be dangerous? That's the question. They're certainly growing in their confidence.
And here's Lionel Messi on the ball. Medina running inside. He comes outside to Simeone. Simeone trying to cut it back into the middle. And now they're going to reach it the other way because Alex Baena's got nothing but green grass in front of him. Yes, he did. Argentina, what, did they scramble back or what? All the games these players have played across the season at this World Cup, all the travel across North America. The extra time Argentina have played. Who's enough left in the tank? Julian Alvarez, maybe a chance to run there.
Nowhere to go. They thought about trying to outrun the Spanish defense. Tries to then put the brakes on and come back and Spain win the ball.
And Luis de la Fuente is trying to play his key card here off the bench. Not just Nico Williams would have been starting perhaps in his turn if not for some injury issues from Mikel Merino, who's come off the bench to twice score a winning goal in this tournament. They are both prepared to enter. Here's Lamine Yamal. McAllister comes to meet him and is left in his dust. Yamal couldn't angle that outside of the foot for Ferran Torres.
It's a battle of the benches now, though, and you've got, as we said, two really, really good coaches that just have their finger on the pulse of their teams. But more importantly, they have players that can execute and be difference makers. Marino is that guy. Nico Williams gives you a little bit more pace, a little bit more power running at players. Maybe that opens up the field.
Lautaro Martinez there. That was a tough first touch, and he just has to get rid of it under duress. Good step forward there, knocked it away by Enzo Fernandez. I mean, you and I talked for months before this tournament. This was always going to be a World Cup of depth.
Yeah.
You're allowed 5 subs. You get a roster 26, heat, travel, everything else. It's going to be the depth pieces that are decisive in this World Cup final. Danny Olmo and Alex Baena are the two players withdrawn.
But both coaches going to the bench so quickly, and even the subs that Scaloni made for Argentina, just tells you that the feeling of the urgency of not even, if it's even slightly starts to shift the momentum against them, they want to make the changes right away.
And a quarter hour to go. Argentina have scored more goals at this tournament after this point in games than any team in the history of the World Cup. And also played extra time more than any team in the history of the World Cup. It's just too far from our area of control. He's knocked away, although Alvarez couldn't escape the other way. Good step by Rodri once again. That's a good cross to the near side. Nico Williams involved in the game for the first time. Pedri has Williams. Didn't like the angle. Rodri. Pedri in a good spot. Takes the ball. Pedri saves. Martinez, number 6.
And he just takes the tiny little push in the back as he goes to hit this, and it puts him off balance. I think it's Julian Alvarez. Watches this strike. There's the push. Just that faintest touch as Argentina turned it over again.
It's Lamine Yamal, 1v1 with Tagliafico. In for Ferran Torres. Out for Lamine Yamal. Yamal cuts to the right foot. Yamal cutting it back. That was well read there by Medina. Jumping forward there to get in front of Ferran Torres to clear. And the Spanish fans down to our left can feel it right now. Now Cabarsi! Awkwardly dealt with by Martinez. Not dealt with fully. That ball is still in play. Williams trying to control. 7 save from Martinez. Blocked out for either Spain corner. They're 7th of the game.
And Cabarsi's looking for his first international goal in a World Cup final at 19. Hits a knuckler. That Martinez, as you see, look, he's going right. He thinks it's got covered. And it just comes with so much pace that it just deflects, but he gets up quickly.
Nico Williams to take. And before it's taken, whistles from Slavko Vincic. Again, you get a sense of how this ball is going to come out of shadow and right into the sun in the eyes of Emiliano Martinez. Williams shifts too tall. Who that target was that was close to it was Kumasi. He gets an extra earful from the Argentine defender.
Bypasses everybody, but his body's grabbing, pulling, falling to the ground. Ferran Torres with his hands on Tagliafico. He goes to the ground. That one. Now it's an Argentine throw deep in their ends. They've been under pressure now for 5 or 6 minutes straight.
Marcy, strong hitter coming forward to win that immediately back for Spain. One of these unprecedented 2 teenagers on the field for Spain in this World Cup final, along with Lamine Yamal. If this is perhaps going to be less like the last 2 finals, it's more like the ones before. Argentina lost a 1-goal game against Germany. In 2014, Spain won a 1-0 game against the Netherlands in 2010. No one asks how you won it, just that you did.
It's never seen some heavier legs though from the Argentina side because they've been chasing the ball for the majority of the game. And even when they feel like they have an opportunity to try to get a little bit of pressure, Spain pop it around, they get out of the pressure, and then now they just get you deeper and deeper.
And they've had to work so hard for every one of their wins in the knockout stage. Deflected cross, another Spain corner on the way. With just about 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go here in New Jersey. Now we take it short for Williams. It's in for Pedri, it'll turn. Pedri to return, Nico Williams to the ball, right in front, and it's right Martinez again. That was Laporte with an interesting review when that ball was still in play or not, but it's an 8 save for Emiliano Martinez. He's trying to go quick to get Simeone on the run. A nice Simone out to deal with it, and then collision there at the end of the play.
But the biggest thing you can still say for this Argentina team, under pressure, conceding chances, they still, in the biggest moments, find ways to get contact, to get bodies on you, to get... in front of the ball, pretty clear, just a little shove in the back. Cucurella sells it a little bit. Look, as he's trying to attack this, he's got to get over Medina. Medina does well just to stand his ground, to not allow Laporte to get full contact on that.
Rodri is weaving his way through. It's off to Pedro Porro. As you said, Argentina doing a lot of running, doing a lot of chasing.
Pedri's made a big difference coming in as well. He's just gliding around the field. His job is to unlock the defense. He just tries to balance it. Here he is now in possession again.
Pedri and Marino wasn't quite the angle he wanted. McAllister, Enzo Fernandez was blocked off it. Argentina can't really complain. It's no different from some of what they've been doing to Spanish players. It's going to be the yellow card for the descent there. Enzo Fernandez got to be careful because he claps at Slavko Vincic. He's not going to get a second yellow card in succession.
It speaks to their frustration, quite frankly. Look, he feels, but just look, there's 3 bodies around the ball. It's so difficult. He feels that he was going to get to that, and I don't think he was. Rodri was right there in front of him.
So we're going long, and that will find Emiliano Martinez, who incidentally has tied a World Cup final record. 8 saves made, matches the 8 saves made by Brazil's Claudio Taffarel at the Rose Bowl in the final of '94. Now it also included an extra 30 minutes of a final that Brazil ended up winning in a penalty shootout.
And still, no shots for Argentina in the 83rd minute of the game.
Committee with some pressure there on that ball. Just play safe and out. Marino rising up, gets the flip. Ferran Torres trying to return. Marino knocks it wide. He all comes to get it. Not a foul there as Williams goes down. Messi, one of the few times today he's been able to actually get on the run with the ball. He tries to send Molina forward, and the Porch is there to clean up with Unai Simon. And Marino just draws the foul off Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, Messi hasn't been able to do anything because Argentina haven't had the ball. He needs the ball in the attacking half to make a difference. He's not going to make a difference when he's defending, when he's chasing the ball around the field.
President of the United States looking on, the president of FIFA next to him. Who will he be handing the trophy to, and when? Will it come after 90 minutes or 120? There's Lamine Yamal. Ferran Torres making the run. Torres has it now, trying to cut it and had it blocked. Medina got his body in the way. Some tired players out there. Who's got the extra burst when it's needed most? Just about 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. As it stands, extra time to fall. Unless someone can break through. So there just to sweep it out for a throw.
And just for some context on the Messi numbers as well, he's got 22 touches throughout the game, just 7 in the second half. And that last sequence was most of those.
Long switch to Nico Williams, brings it down in some space. Molina waiting, and Williams cuts it in, trying to cut it back. It was a good tackle in the end. But again, Argentina can't get the ball, they can't break out, they can't create an attack.
But they can frustrate you. And we've seen teams do this to Spain all the time. It's just not typically Argentina. It's actually the way Spain went out in the 2 previous tournaments, was teams grinding them down, going to penalties. Maybe feels that way that it's going right now for Argentina. It's not what you want to do, it's what they force you to do. They force you to play a different game. But the greatest quality of some of the best teams in the world is to play the game that is given to you.
Marino for Rodri. For Lamine Yamal, Tagliafico the defender. Back in for Rodri. Good behind Marino, but able to hold it in. Sweeps it up there, Torres puts it wide.
When he's starting to run off the shoulder a lot, starts inside, now you see that space. Because ultimately it steps in and then just pulls it wide. He actually stays step for step with it. Medina come across to help out. And Ferran Torres is trying to take that first time. He's actually trying to get all the way across it to find the far post, but does not test the goal of Emi Martinez. And Argentina, no interest in trying to play out of the back. They're just going to use this as a long goal kick opportunity, try to win the second ball, try to keep the ball in Spain's half just for maybe 20 seconds of the game.
Well, start the stopwatch then. Kalsher gets a flick. He's got 20 seconds. Goes over. 12. Almost gave that to Julian Alvarez. Pedri. That was awkwardly there. It's going to actually work for Nico Williams in the end. Molina had a chance to get clear, just missed it in the air. There's Nico Williams again, dealt with injuries on sprint, dealt with an injury at this tournament. Can he be decisive? Rossi, the teenage center back. In for Marino. A lot of bodies in there. Crowded off it. Trying to play for Torres. Held in by Porro. Here's Lamine Yamal. Yamal looking for space. Tagliafico will give it to him, but he can't take it off the ball either. Still Lamine Yamal. Hands it off to Rodri. Rodri sweeps it along for Nico Williams. Medina will defend him. Trying to get some support. He knocks it away. Now Medina needs some help. Can't do anything with that. Just gives it right back out.
I'm looking up the field from where he was. There's just no options. There are no options for him to play the ball. Tries to find a teammate, and it's gone. And even just watching Julian Alvarez, he's dead on his legs. He can't move, he can't press. And Kubarsi's not pushing in. Spain pushing all the numbers forward. Lamine Yamal's attracted by. He's right up the middle.
Rodri on space in time. He wants, but he can't hit the target. 13th shot for Spain to 0 of Argentina.
Not the most prolific, but has scored some great goals in his career. Now, you normally see him hanging back. He saw the space, just drifted into that little pocket there in front of the back four. He doesn't mind taking the shot, but he says, give it, keep it moving. Spanish fans can't watch on. They've had the better of the game, and I think that's what they know. They know that familiar feeling when they have all the ball, they can't find the goal. Knowing what is still on the other side.
Messi on the ball. Can't get anywhere. And we're less than 30 seconds away from finding out how much stoppage time we'll have before the possibility of extra time. Spanish World Cup winners looking on right now. Andres Iniesta in the top right, who scored the winning goal of the final in 2010, deep into extra time. Torres took the bump. We will play 4 added minutes here in New Jersey in the World Cup final. And that's going to be a free kick for Argentina. If you're Argentina, are you just trying to survive the next 4 minutes and regroup for extra time? Or are you trying to go win this?
You're trying to survive the half. So yes. But it does give you another sub. It does give you a chance to refresh. It does, for them, prove beneficial. This is a team that's gone to a lot of extra times throughout this tournament and throughout 2022 as well. So they don't panic. If anything, they thrive.
Something Lionel Scaloni said coming in, this team actually plays better when they're under pressure, when their backs are against the wall. Messi ran into Laporte, and then the referee blocks the cross-field pass.
Well, I think what Slavko Vincic was trying to do here was play an advantage.
Something he's known for.
Yes, and he was trying to hit the ball to the far side of the field, ends up hitting him. There's definitely a foul on Messi, whereas Argentina are saying, look, we actually prefer the set piece, because now it gives us a chance to bring some guys up and potentially get our first shot of the game.
I mean, they would.
Wouldn't that be something?
With their first shot of the game in second half stoppage time, that's not how they win the World Cup, is it? Messi was just playing wide to Simeone. Cucurella cuts him off, back to Messi. Does he have any runners? Does he have any options? Enzo Fernandez. Lionel Messi ran away from under one foul. Probably not going to get an important interception by Perez. Last man back. It's Julian Alvarez now. Simeone chance to cross. And Simone, who's had nothing to do all day, gets that ball right. We've still got 2 minutes to go. And he rolls it out quick. Rodri up ahead. It's going to find Nico Williams. Tagliafico moving in. Couldn't stop it. Nico Williams running through. Nico Williams saves. Emmy Martinez not saving of the game, more than any goalkeeper in the history of the World Cup final. And a huge collision between Enzo Fernandez and Pau Camarsi. Enzo Fernandez already on the yellow card. There's number 2. His day is done.
Rush of blood to the head for Enzo Fernandez. Gets caught in the moment here. Chance for Argentina, then straight down the other end. There was a chance for Spain. Great defending, big save. And then Enzo Fernandez doesn't need to go into this. Just overcommits. And he's already committed to it. Absolutely a foul. Kubarsi goes flying in the air. And how significant will that be? Because now, if we get to extra time, Argentina can be playing down a man for 30 minutes.
And I'm not sure what he's protesting. Well, there's something here, something on Argentina's bench, and they're pointing and they're upset about something. Now the Argentina players are pointing and they're upset about something. Just trying to get this thing to calm back down. Mark Kleinberg, I mean, this is part of the
Yo, what is going on in this game, man?
The second yellow and the sending off?
Before this tournament, VARs couldn't interfere in second yellow cards, but they can from this tournament onwards, and they can review second yellows, but they cannot have a case yet. This was a clear reckless challenge. He comes in with some speed, he makes a clear contact, so he can have no support from the VAR here, and the referee was correct to issue the second yellow card.
So Enzo Fernandez, who scored the tying goal in the semifinal, will play no more part of the final.
But how about for Enzo Fernandez? You pick up your first yellow for dissent, and then that's the way you go off right there. Now, I don't think that would have been a red card had he not been on a yellow to that point.
So that's what they're arguing, is that Mark Cucurella said something to Messi, and that's another rule change. If you cover your mouth and you say something confrontational, and you're covering your mouth so no one can see what you're saying, you can be sent off for that. And that was what Argentina were arguing. And Austin Dunker, that would be quite a call for him to make. And meanwhile,
and we haven't even had a look at the save that Eddie Martinez had to make.
We had about 90 seconds of stoppage time remaining. The ball is back in play now. Argentina are playing with 10. Can Spain win the game in normal time? Can they win the World Cup for the second time in their history? Can Argentina survive to extra time and regroup? Can Spain get back to that rhythm that they had before that stoppage? Here's Rodri. He's got a big run from Poro. Creates space for Lamine Yamal. Tagliafico defending. Yamal draws 2 for company. Can't get through Tagliafico. Julian Alvarez comes out there with the ball. He's got no options. He's got nothing he can do. He just gives it away in the middle of Cucurella. Quickly back forward. That's going to be a foul. Free kick and a great shooting position for Spain with what it might be the final chance of the World Cup final.
These type of tackles end up coming when you're just a little chaotic and the ball's turned over. You're out of shape. You smell a little bit of danger. And it's Paredes who's late. Yes, absolutely a foul. And right in the middle of the field, right in the middle of the goal, gives you so many options here if you are Spain. It's going to be fascinating what they end up doing here.
Pedro Porro will lead him all the 2 over the ball right now.
And maybe it's something off the training ground. Maybe it's a little bit of trickery. Pedro Porro, the way he's setting up, makes you think that at least he's trying to portray that he's going to be taking this. And why I say it's difficult for keepers here is because your ball can't really cover just the one side. You try to put them one side, you cover the other. But also at this distance, you can get up over the top. You can go either way. And sometimes goalies start to guess. You got the Spanish legends on the edge of their seat. Hoping Spain can win their second World Cup final.
And about 80,000 others here in the building and buildings around the world.
Now look at you all touching it.
On the edges of their seats. We are in the 98th minute of the World Cup final. Richard Paul And the 19-year-old Lamine Yamal. How do you become a global legend? You score this to win the World Cup.
Let's see.
Easier said than done, of course. Against Emiliano Martinez, who's having a historic day goal for Argentina. And still we're making sure that everyone in and around the wall is being placed in the appropriate spot. The Spanish player trying to screen Martinez's view. Here we go. It's Lamine Yamal, save number 10 of the day. Emiliano Martinez with a broken finger on his hand, and he's a good goal today.
And he trusts his wall. Lamine Yamal goes goalkeeper side, hoping that he goes the other way. The ball's back in play.
Final chance. Williams off the short corner. That was meant for Gamarsi. It's tackled away, and normal time ends in the World Cup final. We will play extra time in New Jersey. Emiliano Martinez, the hero.
Yo!
Someone still has to win this thing. Rebecca Thierry, Zlatan, and Alexi on the other side of the break. As normal time finishes scoreless.
This World Cup is nerve-wracking. Argentina is now playing with 10 players because one got sent off. Spain should have been up by several goals.
You might not believe the United States is ever going to play in this game.
Yeah, Spain should have been up by several goals. I don't know how Argentina is still standing because they playing a very intense possession game. And Argentina is barely touching the ball. And when they do touch the ball, they make a lot of mistakes. Conte.
Minutes of extra time after the World Cup final between Spain and Argentina ended 0-0 after 90 minutes. Welcome back, Rebecca Lowe, Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Alexi Lalas. Let's just show you some of the main talking points, Alexi, that happened towards the end of full time.
Yeah, we talked about controlling your emotion. All right, Enzo Fernandez is not happy with this. He screams and yells at the referee. He gets a yellow card. This is a little foreshadowing. All right, that's all you want, but you can't be screaming and yelling about that.
And we're going to see a good attack by Spain. Nico Williams gets the ball here, turns around, attack the goal. He's attacking the goal, and he gets a good shot. Look what happens now, Alexi.
Oh my goodness. Enzo Fernandez has a yellow card. He's sitting on a yellow card. No, might not want to do that right there. Okay. Bye-bye, my friend. Adios. Russian blood, whatever you want to call it. There's your red card. Goodbye, Argentina down the town. And then right in front of us, Lamine Yamal could have won it for Spain. But Emiliano Martinez said no. Extra time now.
Javi Martinez coming up with the goods again in a World Cup final. And this is why football is so fascinating, because Argentina now have to go through 30 minutes with just 10 men. In that 90 minutes, Spain had 15 shots to 0 Argentina, 10 shots on target, Spain to 0 Argentina. But next, they've still got a chance to win the World Cup.
They do, but it was attrition, a war of attrition. It just continues to be now. And so whatever, they were battening down the hatches already when it came to Argentina. They're just going to have to hang on for dear life or pray that Messi has a moment of magic, but he hasn't been here at all today.
Real quick, Zlatan, how will it go?
I mean, Spain is going to continue to dominate and control the game, and Argentina has to defend now and defend very good. Like I said, Spain is going to make you lose your patience, just like it happened. Argentina is being aggressive.
It's 11 against 10 for another 35 of the last 6 World Cup finals have gone to extra time. It's back to John Strong and Stu Holder.
Rebecca, Emiliano Martinez 2 months ago tomorrow was just going through the warm-ups for the UEFA Europa League final with Aston Villa when he took a shot that broke the ring finger in his right hand. And he said this week he was told he wouldn't be able to play through. He needed surgery. He refused the surgery. He basically didn't practice. He just survived games in the group stage and said the last couple of weeks he's starting to feel more normal. Well, now the guy with 9 healthy fingers has made 10 saves, more than any goalkeeper in the history of the World Cup final, and probably has a few more in front of him, because his team has one less man to defend, a Spanish team that probably is trying to figure out how on earth they're in extra time right now.
Yeah, and now they're going to play against... What doesn't change is the 2 banks of 4. So you have 4 defenders, 4 midfielders. Messi's going to hang out a little bit centrally. His job is to try to make Rodri's life difficult if he can, or the center backs. And it's going to be difficult. We're not going to have an outlet. We've only had 2 touches in Spain's box the entire game. So here comes Spain on the attack again. But can they find a way? Argentina are going to be playing for penalties, if we're being honest, or a chance maybe to get it with the set piece or something.
Because the joke for years is that Lionel Messi counts as 2 players. So theoretically, by that logic, it is still 11v11. But as you've said, they have to get him the ball for him to do anything. Here's Pedro Porro now for Spain. Back out for Lamine Yamal. Porro. Ferran Torres. And crowded off it. Tagliafico trying to escape. Collides awkwardly with Porro. It's an Argentina free kick, but it's Pedro Porro who's there.
I was actually just about to say, for Argentina, sometimes free kicks can be your best friend. He actually draws this free kick back. Look, he's already leading. He draws the contact from Pedro Porro. I think Pedro Porro's a little unlucky here. But Tagliafico knew exactly what he's doing. He's thinking, how can I get a free kick? How can I slow this down? Here come Argentina. Like, oh, you're going to take it? No, Dibu Martinez is coming up. I'm going to take it. These are really important stretches for them when they can just have some reprieve from defending.
As we said, this is an Argentina team that's played more extra time games in World Cup history than anyone. This particular group has played a bunch of extra time games. They're very comfortable in these positions, even as they are very uncomfortable doing it with one fewer play. And when you have that man in the back, it makes a big difference.
Big save at the end. Just look at his concentration. It's even difficult because, as you pointed out as well, the Spanish wall in front trying to shield his view. Iker Casillas far left. Had the phone out ready for that big moment to capture it.
Nice little ball for Ferran Torres. Gets it in front of Tagliafico from the byline. Torres gets it under control. Back in for Yamal. Too far in front of him. Because he would have had the space there had he been able to take it clean. Alvarez and Tagliafico knocked away by Yamal. Here's Pedri. Pedri clipping. Nico Williams knocked away. Penciled in as a save. Whether it was a cross or a shot, it will look goal bound from up here. That would be number 11, and Alexis McAllister. Again, they find their best friend, the foul.
Yes, yeah, he's having to look over his shoulder. I don't know if Nico Williams gets a touch on this or not. Pedri's trying to float it to him at the back post. Well, maybe it came off the top of his hair, if anything. And Martinez, patient, and that strong right hand once again.
4/5 of it, at least. Activity on the Spanish bench all of a sudden. Argentina do have an available sub now that we're in extra time.
And I just wondered if Scaloni's going to hold that as long as he can. See how the game goes, see what type of... This will give us a good look if he actually got a touch on this. Yeah, it did. Looked like the ball changed the spin. Big time. Say that's going in the corner. Martinez has been at the heart of a lot of this Argentine success in the back. When he got the shirt in the Copa America, never looks back. Comes up big in penalties. They wouldn't be World Cup champions without him in 22, making that last second save.
They would be Copa America champions. They've won shootouts in each of the 2 Copa America triumphs.
It's talent, though. Look at that. 16 attempts, 0 for Argentina.
He went from a career backup for his club and a non-entity for his country to twice winning the World's Goalkeeper of the Year award. And probably has some more awards in his future here today, one way or the other. He's got a piece of that ball. Dangerous back in the middle, though, from Simeone. And now he's trying to scramble it away, and they can't connect it with Messi. Martin Zubimendi, who has not played a single minute at this tournament, is preparing to enter for Spain. And would it be for Rodri or would it be with Rodri?
Are they going to remove a center back, or is it going to be Rodri coming off for Zubimendi? Because he was filling in when Rodri was out.
Which Rodri now sweeping it along for Nico Williams. That was the sun to bring it down. Gets inside Medina. Knocked away by Simeone now. Is he trying to escape? Laporte just comfortable on Cantor, and that's just going to spin out. Simeone blocked it a second time. And Eric Garcia, who similarly has not played a single minute at this tournament. What do we say? A World Cup of depth. You need your roster. Both teams have had to get more from players than they might have expected today. Moro on the deck. Launched the line from Moreno. Couldn't get in the Nico Williams. It's in. Spain going front. No. The ruling from Slavko Vincic is a foul that would take VAR to overturn, and Emiliano Martinez is one of 2 players down hurt for Argentina.
Oh man, and he's gripping that right hand right now. He came flying off his line to make this save attempt on Mikel Merino. As it comes in, it takes a little bit of a, just off the toe. And I think that's the foul that they're listening. It's hard to see what happened there from that angle, but then watching Martinez, did he land on his hand? Was there the second one? I think it's when he comes to block Nico Williams. So there's what the foul was whistled for right before that. And look how quickly Emi Martinez gets up to try to block Nico Williams. And he's still down right now. And they're signaling over to the bench potentially for some treatment.
Nico Williams, in his second World Cup, has never scored a goal in this tournament. Thought for a moment he had a World Cup winning goal.
And that call from Slavko Vincic came in pretty quickly. And it's going to be this action coming right here. It's on the foot, look, the left foot of Marino stamps on the left foot of Otamendi as he's turning. So absolutely the right call. Really good spot for the referee, because it was kind of a bang-bang play. 2 players turning, but it meant that Otamendi was fouled and he went down and wasn't part of the play after, even though Nico Williams put the ball in.
Yeah, video review showed it was the wrong call. They could have still given the goal because Slavkovic held the whistle until after the ball was in the net.
But I see nothing there that would make they think. But the more concerning thing, not only Argentina down a man in defending, but their star man and the difference maker has been their goalkeeper, and he is still on the ground.
Meanwhile, Spain have their substitutions ready to enter. Midway through the first half of extra time. It was because of the COVID outbreak in June of 2021 that Emiliano Martinez got his chance in goal with Argentina. As you said, once he got the starting spot, he hasn't looked back. He's barely missed a game since in the 5 years he's had the number 1 job. And let's see about the changes. So it is indeed Rodri. And on comes Martin Zubimendi, who Luis de la Fuente is called the 2nd best defensive midfielder in the world. He's replacing the best defensive midfielder in the world. And he's making his World Cup debut at the age of 27, 2 months after winning the Premier League title with Arsenal. Eric Garcia is on as well, replacing Enric Laporte. Another Barcelona player, another player making a World Cup debut in extra time of the final. It's just taking all the air out of the building as Martinez will continue. It is almost deathly quiet as the ball gets back into play. Here's Kukurea now. Rolls it for Nico Williams. Great tackle by Simeone. Great to the outside. Medina first to the loose ball, and he plays it narrowly into the middle. Just gives it away because there was a chance to run. And he kept it on that side. Argentina preparing their final sub. Marco Senesi was prepared to enter this clipped up looking for Moreno. Otamendi almost lost that ball in the air. He's able to react and acrobatically get it clear. And now Messi trying to run away from Kouassi, the teenager, and pulls him down. Missed the target anyway.
Well, he's not going to beat Kouassi, the 19-year-old, for speed. One more look at that foul. And Otamendi, pretty clear. Just walks the left foot of Moreno right on top of Otamendi. He throws himself on the ground.
The ball inside for Mora. Hedrick. Kukurea. Nico Williams. Zubimendi's first touch. They'll come back the other side for Pedro Paul. Mora crossing, and Williams back post knocked away. There was Molina there. Within by Spain. Eric Garcia on the ball for the first time. Here's Pedri. Kukurea was making a backdoor run. Kouassi, we saw him shoot once. Line for Lamine Yamal. Moro. Pedri. Lamine Yamal. And that would take it off a lot to get the foot curl there.
I think what you're seeing is the body language from Spain now really showing some of that frustration as Scaloni's going to make his change.
And Julian Alvarez coming off.
Yeah. Is because if this game goes to penalties, it favors Argentina. And they know that. And they know they have to finish this job in extra time. Spain in its last 5 penalty shootouts in the World Cup, they've only won 1. They've lost their last 3. That's in your head. That's a mentality. And Argentina grow with every kick of the ball, every second that ticks off that clock. They know they're the underdog now. They know they haven't had a shot. And they don't care. If they get a shot from 12 yards in penalty, if they get 5, they will back themselves with a goalkeeper. So Spain, you're seeing that energy from them, knowing, look, we've got to find a way. We cannot let this get to penalties.
But the flip side of that is, at both Copa Americas and the World Cup, they have won in total 4 penalty shootouts. Argentina, all with Emiliano Martinez in there. Messi again, it's been a tough day for him at the end of a remarkable tournament in which he's been battling for the Golden Boot, the assist lead, and the Golden Ball as most outstanding player. All he needs is one moment. Nico Williams hoping for a second moment. He'll cut this cross in. Moreno he missed the target. Inches away from his third potentially game-winning goal in the World Cup.
That's been his specialty. They really haven't crossed the ball a lot, so this is a good option, providing an early cross. Nico Williams keeps you honest, so he's so good at taking you on. They found it where they're 1v1 with their center backs. He's just trying to glance into the corner, and it just misses that far post. Here come the Argentine fans. So Argentina now switched, at least it looks like for now, into a back 5 with that sub. So they've got a 5-3 and then Messi.
Is it just a back 8?
Essentially. No, but you still have to make sure the guys are stopping crosses. That's how Spain were able to get that cross. It's a tough area of the field to cover, especially if you're doubling on guys wide.
Pedri almost showed too much that to Perez, but he gets it away for Williams. Williams working on Molina. Driving inside, Nico Williams blocked down. They want a handball, they're not going to get. Here's Messi. Trying to open it up to the far side. Kukurea, awkward collision with Simeone. Slavkovic says no, nothing. Either way, play on. Now a long switch the other way. Lamine Yamal trying to sneak it behind. Was that a handball? Did he keep it in play? It's Argentina's ball.
Rico's got Yamal after the play. It wasn't much, but it was enough to flare up and get a reaction from Lamine Yamal. Simeone, I think he doesn't get this call because he's just trying to play for it. Look, he stops his run, and Pico is looking at the ball the whole time. Absolutely no foul. Great call by Vincic to play on. Because Pico is not even seeing him. Simeone is falling before it gets to him. So he knows what he was trying to do.
Someone got a yellow card and all that. It might, in fact, have been Lionel Scaloni for that moment with the fourth official.
This is what happened after the play. Look, a little pull, a little shove. Look, I'm under your skin. You guys have battled the ball. We don't care. Score's still 0-0. But they're also trying to incite Spain a little bit. Maybe a reaction. Maybe something that gets a red card on the other side, too.
A little bit?
Yeah.
So confirmation it is Lionel Scaloni who got the yellow. Simeone. Argentina will like to keep it for a moment. We'll play 3 added minutes here at the end of first half of extra time. They'll try to get it back out to Simeone. It's a big tackle there by Molina on Williams, but he wins the ball. There is under pressure from Moreno. Martinez 11 saves today. Just gets rid of the long. We're open. Here goes Spain again. Pedri. Ferran Torres. Taliafico coming in from behind. No foul. Marcy wants to keep that ball away from Messi by any means necessary. Otamendi heads away battling the sun. Here's Messi on it now. Simeone and Paredes trying to play 1-2. Trying to escape the pressure. Pedri got a piece of it. Well, it's by Moreno to play it for Pedri. And then Simeone, how about that? Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge to win it back. Garcia steps forward, can't get it off Messi. And he's spinning guys back and forth. And he opens it up now on the near side. Facundo Medina beaten to that loose ball by Pedro Porro. But it's going to be a throw-in for Argentina with 2 minutes to play in the first half of extra time.
Look at Messi. He's sucking air in right now and hasn't had to do too much, at least with the ball. Until that, he skips out. Virginia has no interest in taking this throw in. You're always trying to give him the ball. At some point, the count should start to get this throw into play. And now the player's on the ground. Taliafico and Ferran Torres.
Little push. Simeone off the throw, bumped off it. It'll be a throw-in for Spain down the court. Final minute before halftime of extra time. It's a hard landing there. Looked like for Marino. That ball's out of play, though. It's Argentina's throw. Crashing through to get his head to it. McAllister will chase. That's going to be whistled for a foul. Spain saying, hey, we had the advantage going there. But that is the end of the first half of extra time. Shots are Spain 19, Argentina 0. Score is Spain 0, Argentina 0. Rebecca Lowe, over to you.
Thank you. There is the Mikel Merino header that went just wide. It's exactly who you would want in the box, isn't it? At exactly that moment. Normally, he puts them away. We've seen it happen in the World Cup so far, but not in that moment. That wasn't, though, the only big moment in the first half of extra time. Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Alexi Lalas. Let's just have a little look at the disallowed goal from Nico Williams, the legend in the stand. They thought Spain had scored, but hang on, no. Terry.
Xavi said no straight away, just like me. When the goal goes in, look at the referee and the linesman. They called it straight away. I don't know from here if it was a foul or not, because I'm not seeing the replay now, and we're going to see it now. But I didn't see a lot of the Spanish players complaining. I think he steps on his foot here. That's why the penalty goes down. And if you go down to the replay to slow it really, then the referee disallowed it.
Zlatan, have we seen this movie before? Are we going to see another Argentina late winner?
Let's see. I think Argentina, they're looking for penalties if they cannot, if Messi doesn't show up and do something magic. But it looks difficult.
Spain and Alexia are all over them. They've got 10 men, but yet it's still 0-0.
Honestly, Argentina has no business being in the position they're in right now, and yet they keep hanging around. They're 15 minutes away from possibly going to penalties to win the World Cup in a game that they are completely being dominated by Spain. And Spain, you can see there is much more of an urgency to put this one to bed. Not that they can't win it in penalties, but with a man up, all of the possession, all of the opportunities, they're saying, what do we have to do to put this Argentina away?
Are you surprised, Thierry, that we're at this stage with everything Spain have done today?
Having the ball in possession doesn't allow you to get a goal on the ball. You need to put the ball in the back of the net when you have possession. We all know that's what's missing for Spain. Let's see if they can do it before penalty.
Zlatan, a word on Spain so far?
They're doing exactly what they have done the whole tournament, controlling the games. Even this game also, they're controlling totally. But like Thierry said, if you don't score, this domination and controlling the game, you don't win if you don't score. Easy.
Domination, one-sided. Let's take you back to John and Stu.
That's such an interesting issue there, Rebecca, with Nicolas Tagliafico. He's going to rejoin his teammates out there. I mean, we were jokingly saying the last few days since the semifinal in Atlanta, Argentina's like the villain in a horror movie. Even when they're dead, they're not dead. Yes. How are they doing this?
Just what they've done all tournament long. They rely on their ability to compete, emotion, intensity, togetherness, most importantly. You can't break the Argentine spirit. If there's anything you've learned over the years of watching this team especially, is they are never out of a game. And it's a credit to the way they defended with that type of intensity and commitment that you're feeling right now if you're Spain. How do we find a way? And if we don't find a way, I guarantee you going to penalties, they will feel like it's Argentina's momentum.
Porro chance to cross, hooks it in, Williams, battle knocks it down, it's free! It's a goal! It's Ferran Torres!
Spin score! Oh my goodness! Spin take the lead! Finally, we got a goal, man. We got a goal. Let's see how this is gonna turn out.
For his moment, scoring in a World Cup final. As this ball comes through from deep, it just gets hung up. Nico Williams does so well just to get ahead on it. He's wrestling in the back post with Molina. He knows he can't score, just puts it into a dangerous area.
Why is this?
Late run, Ferran Torres watches it the whole way.
Look at number 17.
And fires one.
He literally stood there. He didn't put question. Wow.
Be the goal that wins Spain their second World Cup title. It is a beauty as they celebrate in front of the corner. We finally get a breakthrough, and it's Spain that take the lead.
And it's Argentina with 13 minutes.
It's gonna be hard for, well, I know anything is possible if you believe, but it's gonna be hard for Argentina to score because they have not had the ball at all. Like in terms of like having 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes possessing the ball. I'm not gonna count them out, but not having the ball is impossible to score. So we shall see. But we finally got a goal. Yeah, we finally got a goal, so that's what matters. So let's see.
The last time the World Cup final saw a red card was the last time Spain were in it. In 2010, the Dutch had a man sent off for a second yellow in extra time. And it took Spain 7 minutes to find what would prove to be the winning goal in a 1-0 victory.
Argentina still has 0 attempts on goals. Man.
So it took a little more than 15 minutes for Spain to use the man advantage to take the lead. And now can they just play keep away for the next 11 minutes and win the World Cup? That's a giveaway. Lolita. Whatever he was trying to do, get close down. Otamendi can't clear. Ferran Torres. First goal he scored this World Cup. Might have won Spain the World Cup. Fico lifts it along. Messi on Cucurella. Spins him around. Does he have the support? Does he have the cavalry? Good pressure by Nico Williams. He has the World Cup winning assist as it stands. Messi on the ball. He's got a big run. Trying to come through. Poro able to knock it away. Not done. Messi picks it up. Poked it away. As far as Medina. Medina can't close that ball. These Spanish players are just closing the space so quickly. Every time Argentina thinks they're going to get a look. Medina. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. There might not be any stoppage time. That one's all the way through.
What was that?
Here's the thing for Argentina. You're defending, you're exhausted, you're down, you've got to chase the game, but it's that tense game right now. What a header. Terrific from Nico Williams. Really just to cushion that down, but still for Ferran Torres to hit that the way he did, staying on top of it. They knew it. You saw him start to hop up off their seats as he goes to take that shot with his left foot. Guided it beautifully into the back of the net. Right into the crest.
Ferran Torres is coming in off a career year. 21 goals for Barcelona, including a goal in the game against Real Madrid, their big rivals as they clinched the league title. But he was behind Oyarzabal on the depth chart. Lost his starting spot at the Euros 2 years ago to Lamine Yamal as Alexis McAllister took a yellow card. And that man, Mikel Merino, comes off the bench to score a pair of game-winning goals. The World Cup of depth, as it stands in Spain's World Cup. McAllister pressured, he can't take Merino off the ball. As strong as European teams have been historically, it is rare for a team to win the Euros and then win the World Cup 2 years later. Spain were one of the few nations to do it in 2010. As the Oles ring out in New Jersey. The World Cup winner rolls it forward. The man who set up his goal, Nico Williams. Laying it offside on Williams. Gives Argentina the ball. They're running out of time.
In many ways, Ferran Torres would be the perfect winning goal scorer for this Spanish team because it highlights for him scoring his first goal of the tournament once again that Spain's star is the team. And they have done it all tournament long. They have so many quality players, but yet it's the way they play, it's their togetherness, it's their quality, it's their coaching. And they might have another for Ferran Torres.
Torres put through with the main all Torres to seal the World Cup for Spain. Not quite. The flag comes up for offside. We'll check the video to see for sure.
Doesn't need to go this early. Oh boy, it's going to be an interesting one if he was able just to bend his run onside, and that's why they waited on the flag till the ball hit the back of the net. But they did confirm he was leading. That was a really tight offside.
And still Argentina live. Pedri blocks the pass, hooks it ahead. Nico Williams commits a foul. Free kick Argentina. Paredes, a little bit of a kick out the end of it.
I'd be waiting if I'm Argentina. I think that's what they're going to do. Get numbers in the box. Messi's hanging out on this right side. Really haven't put any of his set pieces into the box. They tried to create something. And Messi recognized, okay, now I'm going to file in here, maybe get the second ball.
Slipped it in by Paredes, but it's Ferran Torres, the first man there to head it out. "11 saves today for Emiliano Martinez. Most ever in a World Cup final. Lionel Messi, one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. Does he have one final magic moment in his World Cup career? Messi, and it's going to be a corner. Just the second of the game for Argentina. It's taken short. It's Paredes who returns. Messi flicks his seat to the back post. Did that take a touch by William Simone? Did not. It's out for a goal kick.
It's looping. It was high. Not trying to shoot, but he's trying to fire.
Argentina battling.
Backpedaling with the sun coming across the goal. Loses his positioning a little bit. As you see the goal from Emi Martinez, there's just bodies on the floor. Ferran Torres was high. Spain bench celebrates. They can feel it. They're inching closer.
And they were inches away from that second goal. They just showed it on the video board here. We'll see if we get it on the broadcast feed. That was not by much that Ferran Torres was offside a little. That would have slammed the door shut. Still it's ajar. Final 5 minutes of the final. Argentina struggling right now just to win second balls, to win duels, to do anything, to try to build this attempt. Williams, great cut inside. Torres wants it, and then Williams, did he get too clever? They take his eye off of it.
He's trying to do a little skill check here, and I don't know if he was trying to get it to Pedri or what. I think he's just trying to do a little chop behind his back and maybe set himself up on the right foot instead. He had a lot of daylight to shoot. Here comes Argentina. Williams still trailing the play.
Still Argentina live. Down a man this entire extra time. Still no shots in this game. 116 minutes in. It's too tall for Senesi. Simeone will chase it down with a slide. Great control. Back in. Look at Messi. Set on blocked. And he took a chunk out of Mikel Merino's down.
Argentina's bench is furious because this was deflecting to the far side and maybe going out for a corner. How about this from Molina? Puts his face on the line for his country. Didn't shy away from it. Didn't even turn. Just stood there and took that. Wow. That was a blast from Messi.
Real concern now for Mikel Merino. He's had heroic goal scoring moments in the European Championship run of 2 summers ago and what stands to be a World Cup winning run of this summer.
This is the potential the one that was offside. Look as he's leaning. Oh.
If
a shoulder away.
Yeah, on the side of his head, basically.
Yeah, from calling game.
Any part of the ball there could be offside.
The door is ajar, barely. Finished it well. Thought he had his second of the game, second of the tournament. And let's see where this ends up being dropped and given back to Argentina. They were still in possession of the ball.
So we'll add extra time. Luis De La Fuente trying to keep his cool. It's been remarkable success. He's won European championships at youth level. He took Spain to a European championship win, the UEFA Nations League win the year before that set the stage. Can he complete the set and win the World Cup? He would be the oldest head coach ever to win the FIFA Men's World Cup. Slavkovic grabs the ball.
Yeah, Argentina had left it in the corner, trying to get a corner.
So it'll be a drop ball out on the far side. After Marino took that ball to the forehead, and he's off to the side for the moment until he's allowed back on. He's allowed back on now. And the ball's back in play. And what can Argentina do? Is it's going to be lifted? No, it's not. Lamine Yamal, really hard running. Has maybe not had the spectacular moment, but he's had a lot of very key moments in this run. And now he's chasing and putting pressure on Emiliano Martinez. He'll lift this forward. Otamendi got his head to it in the middle of the field. Simeone sells it for Messi. Plays it too far for Simeone, and it's cleared away. The ball was offside, so he couldn't get involved. That's a little bump there for Nico Williams. It's another free kick as we enter the 120th and final minute of the game.
Messi was coming over to get it, and he was trying to take it more inside. Right? Slavkovic is going to make sure he gets this right, puts it at the appropriate place where the foul was.
I mean, this is the kitchen sink. This is the Hail Mary. This is it for Argentina. And it's the man that they would want more than any other in the history of the sport, standing over it. 30 seconds plus whatever stoppage time will be played here in the World Cup final. It's going to be rolled short to try to advance Messi forward. Messi in for Simeone. Simeone, it's a good level for him. Will it come off last? For Argentina.
Wow. Spain furious at their marking there. Everybody backed up. Messi sees it, plays a little quick 1-2. Stumps in Simeone, and then his body's crashing in front. I think it was Marino who got to that.
Messi to take the corner. 5 added minutes. 5 minutes still to be played in the World Cup final. Emiliano Martinez will stay at home. No goalkeeper forward just yet. Messi, waiting for a knockdown by Simone to scramble the bodies, and we'll do it again. And the place is dead silent. There's no roar. There's just shock and horror from 80,000 fans. Lay down Messi right before the whistle goes, the pushing and shoving.
But Spain is so concerned about this ball being whipped in right on top of Simone that they're leaving now. They're looking over at their coach, De La Fuente, to come out to remark, because you see Messi oftentimes pop it into somebody and get it back.
Messi directs traffic. Sent into the near post, trying to get the flick. Body slide! Put over by Simeone.
Oh, what a chance! The fans behind the goal can't believe it. He can't believe it. So much time. That ball is just leaning back as he hits it and it puts it over the bar. He's going back his momentum away from the goal, and he's just trying to get his foot around to hook that ball towards the goal. And Martinez can't believe. But they're pushing.
That was their second shot of the entire game. The Otamendi had earlier was counted as a shot as well. It's put back in the middle of the field. Senesi throwing his body in. Otamendi's there. Senesi's down her behind the play. Pedro Porro just trying to find some daylight, trying to keep it for Spain. Hooks it forward. Knocked away by Medina in front of Lamine Yamal. Red is able to keep it. Emiliano Martinez has it now. 3 minutes to be played. Martinez goes long. A tangle off the ball. And this is going to be another free kick for Argentina. Well, it's actually just out for a throw. Play was being whistled. Argentina have it one way or the other. Messi hooks it in, comes back to McAllister. Nowhere for him to go. Now to the far side. Ahead now Medina, and that one's going to go against Argentina. Foul off the ball, free kick Spain.
Well, you can't make those types of fouls when you're attacking. Another look at the chance. You've got some pressure coming from Nico Williams. And you see that little gap he was trying to find down to Unai Simon's left. The reaction from Messi says it all.
Spanish fans know they're 2 minutes away.
Alcaraz looking on. He's been nervous all game.
Trying to get it back out to Lamine Ball. It's going to be hooked forward by Medina instead. See him on that header. Flick forward. Otamendi. Foul. 90 seconds to play. Messi will set the ball for the free kick. Whenever you have drawn up for a moment like this, it's going to be clipped forward. It's right to Unai Simon. And he'll milk all the time he can. It will be his unprecedented in history 7th shutout of this World Cup. Unai Simon. We're almost there. Playing in the space for Nico Williams. His assist, 39 seconds into the second half of extra time, is the decisive moment right now. Spain are 60 seconds away from winning it for a second time in their history. A match of 2 years in the making. Of European champions and South American champions, and the defending world champions as well. Ferran Torres, the game-winning goal scorer, is tackled away. Cucurella beams to the loose ball. It's a block. It's a free kick for Argentina with 30 seconds to go.
It looks like maybe Emi Martinez is going to take this. They're going to push everybody up. Truly last chance now for Argentina.
80,000 fans on their feet. Liliana Martinez has been heroic today with a record 11 saves in the final. And with the last chance of the game, he'll lift this ball for him. Simon thought about counting, stays at home. It's knocked down. Only finds Ferran Torres. His final touch.
Yes, Ben did it.
Spain, for the second time in their history, have won the World Cup.
All right, good job to Spain. Well, let me see. The prediction said Argentina was gonna win by 50% of you. Man, good job to Spain. Because the way they control the ball, ain't no way any team gonna be able to overcome that unless you have some opportunities. And unfortunately, Argentina did not stand a chance. Hold up the ball 90% of the time. So, all right. Well, this was. I wish that was more goal. I don't like when it's like at the very end because it's too much nerves happening. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all for watching the game. Argentina versus Spain. So 1, 2. All right, guys. The stream will stop. See you all next time.